Right, so welcome back to the Ayrton Senna driver career mode. Now, last time out at Melbourne, I managed to get back-to-back wins, which is very surprising to me considering how slow I was back in Bahrain, but we absolutely take it. We lead the Drivers' Championship by a good little 6 points, decent margin. Looking at the Constructors, we also lead that by 3 points over Aston Martin. Today, we're going to Suzuka. I'm not very good around this track because I crash a lot because of the curbs, so I'm sure this is going to be a whole bunch of fun. Let's get straight into qualifying and see how we get on. Alright, welcome to quali. We've already started with a braking system fault, which is what you want when you're trying to lock in for the weekend. I don't really know what expectations I have today. I think I'm just going to go for the old usual, which is just try and beat my teammate, which, to be honest, is no easy feat. Lando Norris, historically, around this circuit, in this career mode, has been pretty fast. And to be honest, usually he's actually quite fast in quali. He always sets, like, a really competitive first lap and then sort of doesn't improve on his second lap, so he falls down the order a lot. So let's see what kind of lap times he's doing. And to perfectly contradict the point I just made, Lando Norris is currently P11. That's solid. So he sets a 26.5, 7/10 of leader for Fernando Alonso. Good for me, though. Max Verstappen is only P5, of course, my current closest rival. So a 26.5 is the lap time to beat. Let's get out there, shall we? Just want to say before I start my first run, if you can consider, what does that even mean? Consider liking and subscribing to my amazing YouTube channel where I upload incredible Formula 1 24 career mode videos. And yeah, I'm on the road to 1.5k by the end of the year, so it'd be nice to hit that. And let's begin this first lap. Now, I was doing some trial quali runs in an LP, just sort of get a grasp of the difficulty I need to use today. And I can't really work out what kind of overtake to use. I was using a little bit down the straight, but then not having any for the back straight, and then I was doing the opposite, and I was, wasn't really gaining much time. So I might try and do a little 50-50 split. I have almost passed away. That was frightening, but I've managed to live through Sector 1. I'm going to be 2.5 tenths up on Esteban Ocon in the Sauber. Doesn't really achieve much. Well, actually, maybe it does, because Sauber are the car ahead of us in the vehicle performance comparison. Keep in mind, although we are leading both championships and the car does feel very fast, we are only P6 in the, overall vehicle performance thing. And I have R&D on automated. Usually that would be like, we'd be a lot lower than normal because I don't really upgrade my durability. But I've got this on automated, so our car genuinely is that level. But for some reason, we're still cooking. Now, this is where I like to dump a lot more overtake. And it seems like in this McLaren, I have got a lot more overtake than the Alpine. And as you can see, I've actually lost about 1.5 tenths to Ocon through Sector 2, outbraked myself in the final corner. That was a very stinky lap. We crossed the line. It's a 26.4. It's not even enough to... Wait, is that enough to beat my teammate? What did Lando do? Was it at 20... Did Lando do a 26.5? Or a 25.5? I honestly don't remember. I mean, I'm hoping, just for my own well-being, that Lando actually did a 26.5, so I'm faster than him. Yes, okay, so Lando... Oh, no, it's a 26.6, actually. Okay, so I'm 2 tenths up on Lando, but P12 isn't anything to write home about, is it? Let's take a look at the sectors. So Sector 2 is where I'm really struggling. As you can see, 1/10 down on Lando Norris, about 2 or 3 tenths down on everyone else. My Sector 1 and 3 both look okay. I reckon if I don't use much overtake in Sector 1 and then use all my overtake down the back straight and also a little bit through Sector 2, I can find a good amount of lap time. I'm only half a second off pole. I know it's a lot, but round here, I reckon I can find half a second if you gave me about 716 laps. So let's go back out for a second and final run, see how we get on. Right, and here we go. I should get quite a nice slipstream off this Alpine down the main straight, hopefully. We're going to put the overtake on. We're actually going to use a little bit more on this occasion. We're going to go down to about 60. Nice, and the Alpine isn't moving. That's going to be a problem. Okay, I've just done the best Sector 1 I ever have at Suzuka. It's going to be a purple Sector 1 for Ayrton Senna, but I've got this Alpine in the way. Move! Please move. Oh, I'm on an absolute flyer, and this Alpine is absolutely ruining it for me. Right, this is where I'm going to start dumping a bit more overtake. I'm going to have to try and overtake this Alpine down the back straight into 130R. This is going to go a bit insane. Right, come on, car. Show me some straight line speed. Come on. Come on. Let's do it. Okay, yeah, right. Mate. Get out of my way. Absolute twat. Into the final chicane. Get it in there. On the curbing. Get on the exit as early as possible. Yes! That was the biggest mess of a final run I have ever done in my Formula 1 career. That was outrageous. The fact that that Alpine, I don't know which one it was, whoever it was, I hope you stub your toe on a concrete wall. Honestly. For some reason, usually the AI already finish their hot laps before the quali ends. So usually, 10 out of 10 times, the AI would get out of my way. But that Alpine was actually on a hot lap. And was it worth it? You blocked me, maybe, I don't think so, but maybe cost me a chance at pole. Meanwhile you, if you were Gasly, only a P14. If you were the other Alpine, last. If it was you, Oscar, you're a tosser. Anyway, Lando Norris, a very disappointing quali by him indeed. Like I said, at the start of quali, he seems to set a really nice first lap and then doesn't improve. This time, he set a pretty crap lap and also didn't improve. He found about 3 tenths, which isn't bad, but he still qualifies P13. Meanwhile, I am all the way up on the front row. That's actually, like, a very good quali performance. That's a lot better than, like, I think it is. That is unbelievably good. So we go into the race on the front row. Race pace is going to be a little bit dodgy. It always is round here for me. We'll see how we get on, though. I'd say if I can get a top 5, I'll be happy. And here we go. Formula 1 Michael Schumacher cruises Japanese Grand Prix 2026. I said that my aspirations for this race was to finish in the top 5. I've sort of changed my mind, actually. Finish ahead of Max Verstappen is my new target, so, you know, I extend my championship lead. That would be ideal. So here are the strategies for today. The first one is going to be a soft to medium, which I think is what I'm going to do. It is estimated to be about a 1/10 of a second faster than the medium to hard. Looking at the lap times, we're going to start at like a 1 minute 28, and then by the end we're going to be in the 32s. The mediums, again, we start in the 28s, and then we're going to go up to, like, you know, just under a 1 minute 30. Whereas if we go into the alternate strategy, which is a medium to hard, we're going to be starting at, you know, 29s and going to, like, 30s. And then the hard should be 29s the entire way through. So looking at it like that, actually, I might go for this strategy. It's called the alternate strategy for a reason. I think everyone is going to be on softs, but I should have a lot better consistent pace. Because look at this. If I'm on the mediums and I stop on lap 8, yeah, okay, well, I'm actually having a genius moment. If I stop on lap number 8, that's 1 lap later than the soft runners. By that time, they're going to be doing 1 minute 31s. I'll still be in the 1 minute 30s, meaning I should be able to overcut them, go onto the hards, and then I'll still be consistently faster than the medium runners. So I'm going to go for the alternate strategy. And without further ado, let's start this thing. And you see what I'm saying? Look at my wheel and just like to the right of the neutral symbol. I'm starting on pole. Fernando Alonso takes an engine penalty in the 4th round of the season, starting from pole. Yep, absolutely, why not? So we're actually going to be starting on pole position on the alternate strategy. That works even better for me. It means I can actually save my tyres through sector 1 and 2 without worrying about being overtaken or the car ahead going away. Right, here we go then. Race start. It's imperative I stay in the lead going into turn 1, but as we know, my race starts absolutely stink. And there is another case of my race starts being absolutely stinky. We go into turn 1. I'm going to be fighting with Lance Stroll, going for P2, and he's going to get it because, well, I can't exit. Keep in mind, you know, I am on the medium tyre. I am going to be slower, and yeah, that's not really what you want. Your car's spinning nearly on the 3rd corner. That is, you know, that's not really what you want. I still don't understand why my race starts are so shocking on this game. I have spent numerous hours Googling, trialing and erroring. It's not working. I will never have a good race start in this game. It's not going to work. I don't get it. It also seems like my title rival Max Verstappen is also going to be on the alternate strategy. So that's going to be quite interesting. Lance Stroll already 1 second ahead of me. I've got to try and keep Mr. Charlie behind me, which is going to get quite difficult. I've only got 50% ERS left already. How does this always go so wrong? I have no idea. I feel like Lando Norris. I always lose the lead, or I always lose positions on the opening lap every single race in any single series. It's terrible. First lap completed. George Russell has the fastest lap, as you would expect, since he's in the lead. And now it's just, you know, trying to keep Leclerc and everyone else behind. That's all I can really do. The front two are definitely going to clear off into the distance because they're on soft tyres. And we'll just go from there. Definitely feels like I'm driving a go-kart, though. I can't get around a corner without having to make a massive correction, which, you know, on lap 2 is not really what you want. Come on, car. Come on, you can get around one corner without nearly spinning. This is shockingly bad. Like, this is really, really bad. I can't drive this car. I will die. I will end up in that tree over there in a second. It's going to happen. Get away from me, Leclerc. Why are you so fast down the straight? I've used like 30% overtake. You shouldn't be anywhere near me, boss. Holy moly. Okay, start. Oh, yeah, another correction. Lovely. Starting lap number 3, tyre wear is already looking pretty bleak. Here comes Leclerc. I don't have the overtake to defend, and Leclerc is going to sail through. I'm going to fight it around the outside. Brake, exit, go. Yes, okay, I've managed to actually fight for a place. I didn't think I'd be able to do that. But hey, you learn something new every day, don't you? I'm slightly confused by the fact that the down the back straight and the main straight, the AI pull about 4 tenths on me, which is absolutely crazy. In fact, I'm going to start lowering my downforce by quite a lot when I go into the pits, because it's like concerningly bad how much time I'm losing down the straights. But we're on lap 5. I'm still managing to hold on, just losing about half a second to the cars ahead a lap. But it's looking a bit bleak now. I've used up all my battery, to be honest. I've got like none left. And down this straight, Leclerc definitely wants to go for it, which might not be such a bad thing. I might get DRS down the main straight. As you can see, look at that straight line speed. George Russell up ahead has gained 4 tenths on me down that straight. Where? Well, so far my strategy definitely isn't working. As you can see, Verstappen actually managed to get past Leclerc down the main straight. But yeah, the strategy ain't going very well. My tyre deg is about 7.7 times higher than anyone else's. Verstappen already catching right up to me. George Russell another second ahead of me. And even though I'm going to be stopping soon, them softs aren't getting any slower. So yeah, it's not going very well is the gist of it, basically. And here goes Verstappen with DRS. Yeah, I can't fight that. Verstappen is gone, and he ain't looking back, and I can barely get around a corner in this car. As you can see, Verstappen is gone already. So, yeah, that's fun. The most I can do is try and get DRS. Maybe, possibly, potentially. That would be quite cool. Can we also just deep the fact that Lance Stroll is currently winning with the fastest lap? That's just an hilarious thing to see. I think I am still going to stick with my current strategy, which is stop on the next lap and then try and undercut and get myself back into it. But I was sort of hoping that by now the softs would have slowed up massively and then the mediums would be quite fast, because that's what, you know, the game told me. But that isn't happening. As you can see, Verstappen is now already a second ahead, and my straight line speed is shocking. The fact that even with overtake, I am losing tenths of a second to Verstappen down the straight is just absolutely outrageous. Like, that shouldn't be happening. Okay, Leclerc veers off into the pits. I've got DRS for the first time this race. We now need to leave hot lap on and try and go for the absolute best in-lap possible to try and overcut everyone else. So the way it's looking, they're just going to undercut me. In hindsight, the other strategy from the softs was, you know, miles better. But there's nothing we can do about it now. You know, that's just how it works, unfortunately. I mean, if I was that jammy, I'd just restart the race and just change strategy. But I've been here for nearly 2 hours already. I'm not wasting any more time, do you know what I mean? Right, and into the pits we must go. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. Max Verstappen stays out. Russell and Stroll are both in. They go onto the medium tyres. They're going to be about 4 seconds ahead of me. You can see the Ferrari... Why do I get slow stops every single race? It's unbelievable. Leclerc's going to go through by about 45 minutes. Off he goes. He goes through. I'm also going to lose a place. No, okay, no. So I come out behind Leclerc in P9 with a virtual placing of P5, I believe. Unless I can undercut Verstappen, of which then I'll be up to P4. What was looking like a potential top 5 is now looking like a desperate, you know, fight just to stay in the points is what it's looking like. Leclerc has gained a second on me on this lap. We can see in the pits, Max Verstappen is already miles ahead of me by 5 seconds. He managed to overcut me by. Lewis Hamilton goes through. I don't even care at this point. Just honestly, I don't want to be here. I want to leave. I mean, I know I said that before the race that the race pace was going to be bad, but this is like about 37.3 times worse than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I can't even keep up with Hamilton. I'm about to get overtaken by Ollie Behrman. That's how bad this is. At least Lando Norris is, you know, miles behind me still. That's something, I guess. He's about 7 seconds behind me, but given the strategy I'm on, I wouldn't be surprised if he catches up to me. Lewis Hamilton, 1.1 seconds ahead. No DRS for me, which means on the exit, going into lap number, hang on, yellow flag somewhere. Up ahead or behind? Here comes Ollie Behrman. He obviously can't overtake to the yellow flag. So whoever, you know, is going off, you have saved me there for 1 lap, but you have saved me, so thanks for that, boss. And who is that? It's going to be George Russell. Oh, that's tough. Considering he was, you know, he basically had a 50% chance to win. He was right behind Stroll, but if anything, that just releases... Is Lance Stroll about to win a Grand Prix? I'm not being funny, but, like, what is this game becoming? This is Lawrence Stroll's ultimate project. He got Fernando Alonso in. He got Adrian Newey in. He built all these new facilities and wind tunnel. This is what he was fighting for. This is what he spent all that money for, to get Lance Stroll up there, winning the championship. That is the entire master plan. Hang on, that's a massive move up ahead if Hamilton can get it off. Max Verstappen has been overtaken by Lewis Hamilton. That's my 7-time world champion. That's my most successful driver in history. That's my guy. Well done, Hamilton. Good move. That saved me a little bit. I'm probably still going to lose the championship lead. I don't know who to yet, but there's probably someone who's doing quite well that will get past me. But my damage to Verstappen is lower than what it would have been. It's gone from, like, what, 4 points to 2? Not too bad. Right, I'm not entirely sure what's happened here. I believe Hamilton and Verstappen had a bit of a scrap. Good old, like, 2021. And as you can see, they're going for it into 130R. This will help me out a little bit. Hello, boy. No. Let's stay composed. I almost just went for an absolute suicide dive bomb. That would have not gone very well for me. But I've managed to get back within DRS range of these two. That's pretty good, actually. I'm not entirely sure how yet, but, you know, that... it's a shame that Verstappen overtook Hamilton. But if Hamilton can get back at him, this could work out for me. I'm still like... I don't know. Should I have gone for that move into the final chicane? I don't think I could have, because that, you know, we would have had to go 3 wide. And Hamilton, why are we so slow, boss? Hamilton, why are we so slow? Speed it up, boss, come on. I'm going to have to pass Hamilton here. He is so slow. Speed it up, my guy. Go, come on. All right, I guess Hamilton's just really slow. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until I get DRS. Hang on, who's this geezer? Chili con carne, what are we cooking, son? Can we not do that, please? Right, I want to get DRS. I think that was the detection point, so I'm going to go for the move on Hamilton. Round the outside of the final chicane, and yes, I have DRS. That has worked out lovely. It seems like the medium runners are a bit on the slow side. It's unfortunate Leclerc's 10 seconds ahead. But let's see what my pace is like compared to Sainz and Hamilton now that I'm ahead of them both and I've got a bit of clear air. Cool, my pace was unbelievable. Alright, 3 laps remaining and I want to end it all. This is the worst thing I've ever had to do in my life, and that is no exaggeration. I can barely get around the corner, as always. It seems like that 1 lap where I got past Hamilton was a fluke, because I'm really slow again. Like, not just compared to Hamilton, just in general, I'm really slow. Sainz has been up my arse this entire time, constantly going for overtakes that are never going to work. It's really annoying me. Verstappen's gaining about a second a lap, and I don't know how I'm in 4th, to be honest. I really don't deserve to be. I should be about 19th at this stage. Here comes Sainz. Is he going to go for a move? Yes, he is. I'm not actually against it. Sainz, go on through. This is not too bad. I will now get DRS, I think. And I can use it down the main straight to hopefully get back past. That's if my exit is about a 4 out of 10, which it is. Overtake on. I haven't got much, though. Come on, car. Show me some straight line speed. Here we go. On Sainz, my potential first overtake of the race. Oh, yes! My first overtake of the Grand Prix, I think. I might have done one where I was defending, but no, that is the first one, I think. Let's go. Now, what I'm going to do for this penultimate lap is I'm going to keep my ERS off for as long as possible, with the hopes that I get a lot of ERS on the final lap to help me defend. Already up to 60, so I should be okay. Honestly, even if I don't get this P4, P5 is still one of my targets, and it's still about 10 times better than, you know, it should be. And here we go. Final lap of the Grand Prix. Let's get this absolute miserable experience over and done with. Come on, Sainz. What you got? Uh-oh, he's quite quick, actually. Oh, right. Okay, I can still fight this into turn 1. Not too bad. This is a complete mess, but we're still, you know, we're still in front. Okay. Now, I'm going to keep my ERS off, because Sainz can't overtake me through Sector 1. There's not really room to, unless it does a George Russell in 2022, I believe it was. Okay, defended through Sector 1. That was pretty good. Verstappen is now 7 seconds ahead of me, so that's always fun. Of course, I am a lot slower than normal because I got my ERS off, but it's still a daunting thing to see, do you know what I mean? And there is actually a little slight risk here, actually quite a big risk, that I'm going to run out of fuel. I've never really took notice it throughout this race, but look, I've only got 0.07 of lap left, like over what I need. Okay, that's going to get a little bit close. Should be okay, though. And here we go, down the back straight. Oh, this is going to get quite close. It's going to be very close. Lance Stroll. Right, okay. Lance Stroll has won a Formula 1 Grand Prix. Never thought I'd see the day. But I started from pole, had an awful start, dropped down to P3. This strategy just didn't work in the slightest at all. I was slow on both tyres, car was undrivable. It's very confusing how at Bahrain it felt like this, especially on the hard tyres. I couldn't get round a corner. And then, I go to Saudi Arabia and Melbourne, 2 extremely good performances where the car feels fantastic. I win them. And then we come to Suzuka, where the car feels like, a tow truck again, mixed with a chihuahua, so it's slow and slidey. I don't know, but P4 is still a very strong result. So Lance Stroll wins. I don't actually know who finished P2. I think it's Leclerc. Then Verstappen third, me fourth, Sainz P5. Let's hope as well that Lando's in the points, because, yeah, we kind of need a double points finish. McLaren a bit of a stinker. There's your final finishing order, and yeah, if that doesn't, I don't know what the word is, but if that doesn't prove how bad I was in that race and how bad the car was, look at my fastest lap compared to, like, everyone else's. Lewis Hamilton's fastest lap was 1.2 seconds faster than mine. Lando Norris was nearly 8/10 faster than me. Everyone else about a second. My closest competitor is the car behind me, Carlos Sainz, with 28.5. Wow, that is shocking. Lando also does get in the points, starting P10. What happened to Hamilton? He was, like, fighting me for P4 and Verstappen for P3, and then drops all the way down to P9. Although I suppose you can see how much I was holding everyone up. As you can see, 18 seconds behind Lance was myself. Only 10 seconds back. There's only 10 seconds between me and P19. That's how much I was holding everyone up. Looking at the standings, I still lead. Wow, I honestly wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I didn't think I'd still be leading. 46 points ahead of Lando, which isn't ideal. Come on, Lando. But what a close fight we have, realistically. 7 points. Split the top 4. Looking at the constructors, we lose the lead to Aston Martin, which, to be honest, is expected, seeing as Lance Stroll won the race. 13 points behind them now, but we are still ahead of Ferrari and Red Bull by a decent margin. So honestly, although that was just not fun in the slightest, it was the opposite of fun. It was unfun quality. P4 is still a really good result. I am pleased with that. So that's going to be all from me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you lot tomorrow for some Has to Glory. Adios, amigos.